Hi, I'm Rochelle at the Athlete Center. This video is reviewing a bear plank hip shift in both a supported position with a yoga block or pillow or a book, and then an unsupported position. So we have other videos showing different variations of a hip shift. So a hip shift is allowing our pelvis to move across our standing leg when we're weight bearing. So it allows for a little bit of hip flexion, adduction, and internal rotation. So it's movement of this part of our lower back, where our lower back connects with our pelvis. We're allowing it to shift over top of our standing leg. So we can do this in a supported bear plank with our block. So we're gonna find a space where our rib cage and our pelvis are sort of stacked in line with each other, and we're going to be maintaining this stack between the rib cage and the pelvis. If I lose this stack, then now my movement is coming from my lower back versus the hip, and in the hip shift, we want it to come from the hip. So we're going to find sort of our stacked position here, create some length in our spine, and then have our pelvis level. So almost imagining like you could balance something here and it wouldn't fall off. And then we're having our floating knee draw itself towards the ground, so our pelvis is tilting, and now our sacrum is facing, in this case, towards my down knee. So we're going to try to avoid hip scrunching and just have the pelvis shift so that it's facing away from the knee that's sliding towards the planted leg. So we see from this position, we have in this case, my right knee is going down and my pelvis is shifting towards the left. If you tend to shift side to side or your knee is coming in and out, it can be helpful to use a block or a ball. So you could use a soccer ball or volleyball, something that maybe isn't fully inflated, so you can give it a little bit of pressure. And as you bring that right knee down, you're rolling the ball, and that can help maintain this movement being at the pelvis. So in this case, this hip crease is creasing more as I shift. So the shift is not that, it's that. We'll show from the back. Starting here, and I'm shifting into my right hip by sending my left knee down. And then we can do an unsupported, harder version by just taking away our support. So now I have both knees floating, and one hip is going to shift down while the other one stays floating. We're really trying to avoid too much scrunching here and maintaining a nice long line through here. So we'll show from behind, nice long line. I'm going to lift my knees up, create my torso stack. My right foot's not going to move. I'm going to shift my left knee down, so my pelvis is now facing to the right. I'm creating right side hip adduction, internal rotation. So that's a quadruped supported or unsupported hip shift.